Welcome back to the Loading Up Podcast. I am your host, Producer Jay, along with my co-host, Brother Zay.
What's up?
And my other co-host, Brother Tay. Welcome back.
You didn't even give us a countdown.
Hey, listen, when I do the intros, you just wait until I start talking.
You just wait. Dictatorship much.
I'm not Jason. Don't
Well,
talk to
I
me.
count down because when Zay does the intros, then he needs my cue when I'm doing the transition.
That's not the point. Don't talk to me like I'm Brother Jay. I did that. Don't ever do that.
Before we get started, we want to remind you that you can like this video and subscribe to the channel. Rate us on the podcast app that you prefer. And support our sponsors, Dubby, Starforge, and NordVPN, all in the description. And that would help us a lot.
Yeah, don't forget, click the links, and if you're doing Dubby, use the code LUP at the checkout.
Yes, code LUP at checkout. So that out of the way, what you guys been playing, Brother Zay?
As you can see on the screen, Have a Nice Death. I've been playing that. It's really fun. It's roguelike, it's basically Hades. So if you liked Hades and had fun with Hades, it's very, very similar. It's a fun little cheeky little story that they do, and it's really fun. I've been playing it even out of recording. I've been grinding away trying to get other stuff unlocked. So it's really fun. It's difficult just like Hades.
I feel like that's all roguelikes, you know?
No,
I feel like it's very, I don't want to say it's very hard to like distinguish yourself in the roguelike genre, but I feel like a lot of ones do, surprisingly. You'd think with how many roguelikes there are that it'd be oversaturated, but they're not.
No, they're not. Then they do them tastefully. There's like, oh, this is like this game, but it's really different. You want to continue
It's
playing.
iterative, yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
So that's how I've been playing.
Brother Tay, what you been playing?
I've been mostly playing Supermarket and TFT.
Yeah.
Only because it's sports time for me, and I'm a diehard New York fan, so I've been watching nothing but Knicks and Rangers these past few months.
Got you. I was gonna say, were you back playing 2K?
No, I haven't. I quit 2K a long time ago. I'm not doing that shit ever again.
until next year.
No, I didn't buy.
Wow.
I haven't bought.
Oh, that's right. You were playing the other version. Yeah, that's right.
I don't think I haven't bought another one since. Well, if it's free and I'm playing the game, then it's free. But I don't think I bought the last. I don't think I bought one up to date to 2022.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I'm like, I saw it when 23 came out. I was like, I don't want it. And 24 is out, and I'm like, I definitely don't want it.
Yeah, with how freaking they nickel and dime you every time, it's just like, why? Like, I got this game already a year ago. Why am I gonna? But then I say this and I'm playing WWE 2K, so.
I'm like ooh. Something you don't want to do.
Yeah, no. So actually, obviously I've been playing that still trying to chip away at that. I've also been playing Cocoon. I just started Cocoon, and
You just started that?
So I recorded it, but I never finished it. I just got to a certain point. But now I restarted because it was so long I forgot what I was doing. And it's just puzzles. It's not that much, but I was just like, you know what? Why not? Let me just restart. It's not. I wasn't that far in.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been playing that. What's up?
There's a game I saw and I can't remember, but it's cartoon crab Dark Souls is what I'm calling it.
Yes. Yeah. Isaiah was playing that last week.
Yes, I recorded for the podcast. It was another crab's treasure. It was a little hermit crab, but it's Dark Souls.
I was looking at that the other day, and I was like, "This is hilarious. We're stupid."
Yeah.
Yes, it's got its own little charming story. It's really funny.
It really does have its own little story.
But yeah, so that's what I've been playing. I've been also that's the thing. I'm trying to be more because I feel like a lot of times when I play games, I hyper focus on one, and then I do that one, and then I move on to the next one. I'm trying to be more versatile. I'm trying to play multiple games at once because I'm also still playing Life is Strange: True Colors.
Okay.
I still haven't gotten past the first chapter yet because
Still, looks.
Oh my God. What's wrong with
I
you?
play on my breaks. I only get 45 minutes. So
That doesn't surprise me.
um so yeah, I've been playing that. And then also like the last time I played cuz I play on my ROG Ally, they came out with an update and I had to update all my shit before I can even play the game, and that took like the whole 45 minutes. I was like, man,
You
very
gotta
annoying.
plan this out better, okay?
I didn't know they had an update. I just turned it on, they said update.
Ay,
Anyway,
you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
I'm trying, okay? I finished unpacking, even though that's not a long game.
I finished unpacking.
You
It's
could do. You could
hilarious.
finish unpacking in like 30 minutes.
Shush. Doesn't matter.
It kinda
You're right.
matters.
You're right. My bad.
No,
Let
it
But
me
kinda
anyway.
matters.
Let
It
me
kinda
not
matters.
diminish your accomplishment. So
Yeah, let me take my small victories, okay?
No, let me
Alright.
do it for you. What
You-
the?
all right, yeah, so I guess with that we can go right to the news.
Oh no. All right.
Yes.
So well, if we get bad news, we'll start out with the bad news. That way we don't end on a sour note. And the bad news is Take-Two Interactive decided to close 2 indie studios. It's Roll 7 and Intercept Games. As of June this year, they'll be closing out both of these. They're calling it indie-sized studios, and it'll be affecting 70 workers. And they're canceling their games and closing the studios, and it's just like the writing's on the wall for a lot of these video game companies with these layoffs. They bit off more they could chew because the studio that they closed they brought in 2021. So it's like enough is enough.
Yeah.
This industry is being hit too hard with layoffs. Enough
And-
is enough.
What gets me too is that it's Take-Two. Like I get, obviously they're not making money hand over fist and stuff like, or well they are, but it's
They
like,
are.
but it's like I get why they they got a cost cut because it's all about profits. It's all about shareholders and it's all about going up. And that's what I hate about like these businesses in general. The constant demand of increased revenue, increased profits. Like eventually you're gonna go down. Like there's no such thing as infinite upward what is it called? Infinite upward mobility? I don't know. But you can't
I know
always
what-
go up.
Protest-
You always
pro-
you're gonna go down eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think one of the studios that they closed down wasn't it like nominated for like Game of the Year? Or the game that they made was nominated?
I think
Or it won
Kerbal
an
Space-
award. It won
Kerbal Space Program.
yeah, it won not the what's it called? Not the Keeley Award. The other one. Golden joystick.
Oh,
That's
the
what
Golden
they're called.
Joysticks, yes.
Yeah.
With the
That
Dice
one.
Awards.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it won one of those awards, and it's like I get that those awards don't mean much. Like it's more of just like a congratulations type thing. It's not like that means it made money, but still, it's like you don't want to see studio closures. Like it's one thing, and that's why I would prefer what is it Embracer did, where they sold off their studios or they split them and
Is that 3 different companies?
yeah, and
Instead
then
of just close it down completely.
yeah, or even what Microsoft did, where they let them go independent. So it's like they didn't close it down; they just let Toys for Bob go independent. So it's like there's ways around it. You don't have to close it down. I don't understand why these publishers like if I can't have it, then nobody can. It's like no, like that's stupid. It's like that's so greedy and selfish.
That's all it
But-
is. It's corporate greed.
Yeah,
pretty much, that's all it is. It's greed.
it
Yeah.
sucks.
And that could be said for any sort of industry, not just the games industry. If you see where there's layoffs or anything bad going on in that business, look to the corporate greed. If there's corporate greed is just going up and up and up, of course everything else is going down, including the employees who get hurt, because it's really those people. It's the little guys that always get hurt in this.
Yeah,
Very true.
it just sucks. We're gonna be going into 2025 still dealing with this stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a bad year because as of right now, it's already a worse year than 2023 than last year, and we're not even halfway through the year.
Yeah.
So
Oh man.
yeah. So let's hope we don't, but it's there. It's coming.
It's not looking good.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, with closing of these two studios, we have two or even more opening up because, to our surprise, Hasbro has decided to invest over $1 billion for internal game development. And so they had success with games because they were licensed games and they licensed them out to different studios, Scopely and Larian. Scopely did Monopoly Go, which was very successful.
Yeah, I still see ads about it on freaking TikTok.
Yeah. Monopoly Go is very, very successful, making tons of money. And then Larian did Baldur's Gate 3, which won Game of the Year, and it's so many awards. It's been crazy. So they're sort of piggybacking off of those two success to invest more heavily in games. And I'm actually excited and looking forward to sort of this new publisher coming out of nowhere and investing in games, because they even came out and said that they're going to invest all this money and they're going to let these studios take their time, release games whenever they feel it's ready. But these games are not just like indie game studios. We're talking big AAA game studios. It's going to be a lot. They have one in Austin, Texas, one in Seattle. They're already working on a G.I. Joe game that they already announced that it's gonna be unlike any other G.I. Joe title out there. There's one that's gonna be the one in Texas. The studio in Texas is gonna be doing a horror game. So they're working heavy into gaming, and this is a big surprise. I'm really excited to see what we can get out of Hasbro.
Yeah, no, this is. And one thing that is really interesting, what you mentioned, that it's like this is Hasbro, so it's like they have a lot of IP.
Yeah,
They have, like, I'm just looking over it now, like including like G.I. Joe. They also have Transformers. They got Power Rangers, Magic the Gathering, including the Dungeons and Dragons. They got obviously Peppa Pig, but yeah, Monopoly, the greatest game ever. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
But yeah, so like I feel like they have the leverage, and I feel like that's one thing that publishers struggle with, is to get like new IP off the ground and create and make them into these blockbuster franchises. Like it takes a lot. Like we're just seeing Fallout finally become like a blockbuster franchise that branches out beyond the game. Like that's a hard thing to do. So the fact that they already have they got friggin' Barbie. Wait, is it Barbie? I think it's Barbie, right?
Believe
no,
so.
that's not, bro.
Better not forget.
No, I don't think it's something else. But anyway, they still got a lot of franchises that they can work with, and I think if they play their cards right, if they don't just treat this as a cash grab, then they can actually have a powerhouse in terms of like their lineup.
Well, if this is coming from the creative director over at Hasbro in the games division, he says everything's going to stay in the oven as long as it needs to. He said we're not going to rush anything. He said video games is an integral part of Hasbro's strategy going into the next 100 years, and we have to make sure that everything that comes out is top quality, is authentic, and is something we can build upon. Because we're talking about a couple of studios and a couple of games right now, but we have a much larger ambition for that. So they're gonna. $1 billion is a lot of money. They got the focus, they got the drive, they got the IPs, they got the money. They're going full steam ahead with quality product.
Well, we'll see. That remains to be seen. Hopefully,
that is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
because I mean, it could be hit or miss.
It's
We don't know.
I mean, it's
Well,
Hasbro games.
some of the creative directors worked with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. They have people who worked on the Mass Effect games, so they have a lot of talent. They have a
Yeah.
lot of talent.
Not against it, but like as a Hasbro video game, have you ever really played one where you're just like this game should have gone back into some other stuff? Just personally,
Um, I don't
But
think.
what do you mean? Like,
like we've all played a Hasbro game. Have you ever played one? You're just like this really should have been wait. They should have waited longer on this. Especially because we're talking about board games mostly.
I guess. Like, I mean, there's not
I
not a
know
lot of games like that because they're very selective with their licenses, so there's not a lot.
That's the only reason why I would say I would trust it a little more. It's only because how selected they've
True.
really
Yeah.
been.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. That's the ones that they do have out there have been successful.
I'm
Yeah.
not going on their. I'm just saying off their body of work. Now, can they mess up in the future? Of course they can, because everyone can.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember they're even like Atari Interactive is part of Hasbro now. So like
Oh.
the Atari Interactive has been part of Hasbro for some time now. I think they
Also, I just realized they have a lot of partnerships with other brands as well. I
Well,
wonder
yeah.
if they can leverage that.
of course, why not?
Likely.
Why
'Cause
not?
I'm looking like they have like Ghostbusters partnerships, they have
Yeah.
Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
Marvel. So like I think
That's all with their toy lines. So
yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. So they already have those partnerships in place. I wonder if they can like leverage that and be like, "Hey, we got us a publisher. We're a publisher now. If you want to come to us to make your games."
yeah, make your
It's
games with
available.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So the potential is there for sure. I'm excited to see what it comes with it. A new publisher coming into the games industry just means more games for us to play. So, and that's what we're here for.
I just want a gritty, dark, adult Power Rangers game.
Oh no!
I want the Lord Draken storyline.
I.
Wasn't there already a video game like that?
No,
am I
he was
wrong?
in a video game.
Oh, okay. He was in one.
He was in that fighting game.
Okay, I was like, wasn't there like a dark? I was like, wasn't there not a dark Power Ranger game that I'm thinking of?
I don't remember if that had a storyline though.
It probably did.
I think it was just a fighting game. Could be wrong.
I remember playing it. I do remember it because we streamed. I streamed it on my Twitch channel.
I have it. My brother bought it and I game share with him.
I figured. I was like, I think yeah, right. I think it was just a fighting game.
Yeah, it's just a fighting game.
What do you
But anyway,
want it to be?
they could do more with it though.
I'm gonna say like, what do you want from it? Now I have questions.
Like an open world game.
Open world Power Ranger game is crazy.
But it
That's not
sounds
what I
cool.
thought I'd be hearing today. Then
I don't
again,
know. There's a lot of open world games out there. We can wish for a lot of different things, but let's see
Yeah.
what they cook. You know.
Yeah, so I could add it to my backlog.
Oh my
my
god.
God.
All right, let's move on from your backlog. And one game we won't be adding to your backlog, a new Batman game is being released, Batman Arkham Shadow, and the reason why you can't add it to your backlog is because it's a Meta Quest 3 exclusive.
I'm
They don't
pissed
like
off
you.
at that. I'm so upset. Not that it's VR. Like honestly, I don't even care that it's VR. It's the fact that they're exclusive to MetaQuest 3. Because we talked about it in the group chat. I was like, there's literally like in terms of hardware, there's no difference between the MetaQuest 2 and the 3. They're the same internals. Everything is the same. The only difference is that the 3 has a better camera on the front of it. So that because you can see better quality when you're looking through the augmented reality part. But other than that, that's it. I looked up so many videos because I bought a MetaQuest 2 for my kids. And I made sure to buy the one, like I was going to get a 3, but I was like, do I really need to? And it turns out I don't. So it's just it's so stupid. And they're throwing away sales because of that.
Well, now you need it now because now you can't play Batman.
Well, no, fuck Batman. Well, I mean, I know freaking PSVR 2 people are pissed off because they can't play it either.
Oh, PSVR 2 is dead.
I mean, that's besides the point.
I mean, they can't even get new VR games coming out, so
Damn.
That's true.
I don't understand why they would make it exclusive to just the MetaQuest 3. It should be a meta game. That way, anybody who has, like you said, the 2, the 3, can
Is
play
it
and
is it
enjoy.
is it a meta, like, are they making it or publishing it, or is it just like they just paid for the exclusivity?
You know what? That's a good question. I think they just paid for the exclusivity because it doesn't see here that they're making it. It's
'Cause, yeah, I feel like it should also be on Steam.
no. Yeah, it's literally. Oh well, no, it's from Oculus Studios. So
Oh, okay, so then
yeah,
never mind.
but it should still be available for MetaQuest too.
Yeah.
You think that, but you know.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is
that
so
part
funny.
that part is yeah, I don't get that part. Why would you arbitrarily that's the right word, right?
Take your
Arbitrarily?
time. Take your time. We believe.
Why would you purposely limit your sales when you can get more sales by expanding it to the MetaQuest? I don't know.
Nope,
I don't make the decisions.
you don't. Well, we'll see how
You don't
well
get that,
this game does when it comes out because Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League is not doing well at all. I think
figured
as
it
of
would.
I think the last time I looked, it had under 500 players on Steam,
Yikes.
which is
I'm not gonna
really
lie.
bad.
I figured it wouldn't, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
It
is really bad.
sucks though, like especially coming off of the James Gunn Suicide Squad, like you
Mhm.
would think that would be like the jumping off point. Like that's a popular IP now, and they just threw it away
Yeah, for live service.
for live service.
That
I think
failed.
there's people genuinely out there who say, like, notable people who say that Redfall was a better success than Suicide Squad.
Oof, that's
Yeah,
bad.
and that's bad. If you're worse than Redfall.
Yeah, Redfall was bad too. So if it's worse than Redfall, Jesus.
Yeah,
I don't know. I know what we remember. We played like sort of the beta for Suicide Squad,
for Suicide Squad.
and
Yeah.
I know this sort of like a tangent away from, but we're but still, we played the beta for Suicide Squad. I had more fun with Suicide Squad than I did with Redfall, and that's saying something.
Yeah.
Simply because Redfall was really bad. It just didn't hit. I tried with many different groups of friends. I tried multiple different times. It just wasn't good. I just couldn't
No.
do it. So
Yeah. I mean,
and
what are you gonna do?
Kudos for you for trying, though.
You tried, yes.
why I did try. I wanted, I was being the good Xbot. I was trying, man.
That was the Xbox they needed.
Thanks. All right, so we'll get into a little bit of Xbox news, right? We're going to talk about how Bethesda released a long video about Starfield and the May update. So May 15th, I believe it is, the Starfield is getting a major update with not just performance for people who have, HDMI 2.1 and VRR TVs. You could do 40 and 60 performance now. We're talking new, better maps that will be for planets, for cities, and later this year they're even going to bring in a vehicle so you can ride vehicles around on these planets. And it begs the difference. Should they have waited another
No,
8-9 months for Starfield to come out sort of complete?
I don't think though. I think they would have killed all hype if they delayed it one more time.
You think so?
I think
mean,
so. I mean, it's easy in hindsight to say, oh, like they should have just waited. But
Yeah.
like I think they were in desperate need. Because think about it. If they didn't have Starfield last year, the last game that would be of success, or the last game that would have been released by them from the Xbox side, was Redfall.
Oh God.
Yeah, you don't want that to be the lasting memory from that studio. So I think they had to release Starfield. Like it was almost like a necessity at that point.
Yeah.
And
Well,
granted, like I said, hindsight, you could say they should have delayed it, but I still think Starfield did end up being a better game than it would have been if it released What
on
was
its
it? Was like
original release date.
yeah, originally it was in the 2020, right? Or
Yeah, or
2022?
2021, I believe it was.
2021, yeah. So
Yeah.
I think it it did better because of that delay. I think they couldn't delay it anymore. I think people were already fed up with the delays that it just would have did more damage.
Well, it just we got to talk about how did Todd Howard lie to us, because he said that this 30 frames per second was a creative decision and that it's optimized fine for PC. You just may need to upgrade your PC if that's the case, because it's a next gen game. But then here we are 8 months later, and we have 60 frames, we have 40 frames for people who want the better visuals. It's gonna be, do we trust them now?
I mean, so in the video, they made it a point to say that they're targeting this. It's not gonna be 60 frames 100% all the time.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some dips in certain areas, and then if you don't have a VRR screen, you're gonna see screen tearing. They're
Yeah.
just giving you the option because that's what people have been asking for.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's in order to drum up more hype for the game and to get people coming back. You kind of, I mean, they in the beginning they said it was a creative decision, and technically it was. They said initially that the game was running at 60 frames in certain places. It just wasn't consistent. So they wanted consistency, and that's why they chose the 30 frames per second at launch. But now with better optimization, more time, and more upgrades to the creation engine, it's allowing them to do more and push the engine to perform better, essentially.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm sure they have like new tools. I know FSR3. I don't know if that's what's being implemented. I know it's implemented on PC. I don't know about console. So there's basically just more time to cook, and they did, and I'm glad that they're still showing some love to it. This was like they're taking fan feedback seriously, and this is good. I'm glad. It makes me want to jump back into Starfield soon. I knew I said I was gonna do it before, but I get me with my
We
game.
know. Oh, we know. Well,
But
I was
this is just another excuse to do it,
for sure. I was even thinking of jumping back in once the update hits, but I said, you know what? Let me wait for Shattered Space, because we know the DLC is coming out, and I don't know how the DLC is gonna play with my sort of save. I wanna
Yeah.
I wanna see if I can start a new character and go through the story again and then do Shattered Space, or should I just stick off with where I left off and play Shattered Space.
Going, yeah.
Either way, with the new updates and then the new DLC, I'll coming into this game sort of fresh because it'll all be new to me. So I'm thinking about waiting till Shattered Space comes out before I jump back in. I was gonna jump back in, but I said, you know what? I beat it already. I beat it like 4 or 5 times because the new game plus.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let me just let's wait for the new content.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
I think that's supposed to be getting announced. I mean, it's rumored to be getting announced at the showcase this summer.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure we'll see more of Starfield at the showcase, even if it's just a DLC mention. We'll see. We'll see exactly when the Shattered Space update will be coming out, because all we're getting this May is the frames update, the map updates, and like a bunch of bugs and fixes and stuff.
Yeah.
And even updates to the creation engine, where they're gonna start implementing mod support. So, I
Yeah.
mean, they're coming out with a lot of stuff. They fixing like the UI and everything, even adding a different difficulty. So it's a really big update that's coming out in May.
Yeah. And I'm sure they could have, and I know people were complaining about like why are they not putting out updates faster and stuff like that. They could have put out like little updates, but I think they wanted to have like the official update for everything, kind of bundle it all together instead of doing like minor updates.
Yeah, well, people gotta remember, they think of Bethesda, but Bethesda's not that big of a studio. I think they have like 500 employees there. It's not like, even some indie developers are bigger than that,
Yeah.
So they are working hard they're working hard on all these games, not just Starfield. They're working on the next Elder Scrolls already. So they're cooking. We just gotta give them time to cook. But that also begs into question: should Microsoft give them more resources? Should they ask other studios to help them, like Obsidian? Should Obsidian jump in and help with making like the next Fallout game instead of waiting till 6 years from
Yeah.
now after Elder Scrolls?
Well, I think what happened. Go ahead.
No, I think every studio should probably do that. I gotta feel
Right?
that. That's why I think that's why we as consumers get mad when certain games take years. And I'm like, well, you have all this giant team. Why
Yeah.
can't everyone work together once one project is done to get
Exactly.
these projects out faster?
Yeah. I mean,
At
that's
least, not
literally what
even
they
faster,
do.
just make it look better. Because like a lot of these teams know what to do.
Yeah. That's literally what they do with freaking Call of Duty. Like, they have like 20 teams working on them. Granted, like it shouldn't take that much to be working on them, but yeah, like you can have multiple studios working on like different games at once, or like what they should do is like have more support studios so that like
Yeah.
specifically to help these studios, like not to necessarily make their own games, but to just help others who need it.
Yeah.
And
I think Microsoft is big enough now that they can do this.
yeah, I think
They
they
have
can
enough
too.
studios. They have, I think it's over 35 different studios now. They have enough, and they
Yeah.
have the technology, the resources, they have the space to do it. They can do
positive
this.
they do.
We need the fans need to push them, say, hey, listen, Fallout show was just out. Fallout Fever is all over the place. People are playing Fallout again all over the place. So why not have another studio help with Fallout 5, so to speak, instead of waiting another 7-8 years for even to hear anything about it?
Well, I think so. Todd Howard actually went on Kind of Funny Games Cast,
He
and
did.
he said that, I mean, he said it briefly. He didn't like announce anything, but that they're looking into getting in a situation where they can get Fallout faster or get another Fallout game faster, so it won't take as long. Because I know, like, because now they're working on Elder Scrolls, so that's gonna take forever and a day. So they don't want to wait until after that game comes out
Exactly.
for another Fallout game to come out. So I think that's hopefully what they're gonna do. They're gonna like at least license it out, because like it doesn't have to be a Fallout 5. It just needs to be a Fallout game. Like literally, we have New Vegas. Like that was great. Obsidian made it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Obsidian made New Vegas. Obsidian is part of Microsoft. They're part of Xbox.
Well,
Why not have?
It doesn't even need to be Obsidian. It could be any other. It could be Compulsion. It could be
Let it be
what-
Obsidian.
Let
them cook.
That's if they want to do it, because I know was it the director of New Vegas, I think was Josh Sawyer, I think his name is. He seems very like standoffish about that whole situation. And granted, I don't know if you remember, but like when that game came out, like it was kind of controversial because there was a story that came out, and I don't remember if it was confirmed or not. It may have been, but Obsidian was promised royalties if the game got an 85 or higher on Metacritic, and the game got an 84.
Ooh.
So they didn't get their bonuses, and I think they're kind of salty about that. Also, the fact that they don't control it; it's not their game. So
Yeah.
I think that plays a factor as well.
I'd have fought somebody for that 1%. That one.
I mean, yeah, I would too.
Like,
Yeah, but that's also out of their control. That's nobody's in control of that. That's
it's not about control.
They
Just
can't-
that
they
Metacritic about to catch some hands. This was just
facts. No, yeah, they can catch their hands right now too. They hate Metacritic, but like they can't do that today with how volatile the market is, especially with the Xbox tax. You can't do that today. You can't do that today because
Well, if it is Obsidian, he's not gonna direct it at least.
It could still be Todd Howard, you know? I mean, they're all under the same roof. I'm just saying.
I think he only wants to do like Bethesda game studios. I don't think he wants to be. He can produce it.
That's
He can
what I'm
put his
saying.
name on it, but I don't think he'll be
They can
associated.
work together. They're all part of the same publishing arm. They all have the same resources and money. They can do this together. I believe in them.
Somebody asked him.
Wow. All right, let's we're gonna move on to some rumors. All right, so we're gonna get into these
Here we go.
Twitter rumors. Okay, so today on Twitter, it was released that Jez Corden of Windows Central, in his Xbox 2 podcast community, he stated that he believes, his personal opinion, that he believes Microsoft will release all games in the future on PlayStation and everywhere else. That he believes Xbox will go full multi-platform. When I say all games, I'm talking about Halo, Forza, everything on PlayStation and everywhere else. This is his belief. This is him talking about his beliefs of what will happen based off what he's seeing right now. And somebody took that quote from Discord, and then everybody released it everywhere. And people started writing articles about it, saying that a known insider said all games are coming to PlayStation, all Xbox games. There's going to be no longer exclusives. And it just got out of hand. It wasn't just one. It was multiple sort of these little clickbait article people just writing articles about this sort of known insider coming out and saying everything's going to PlayStation.
I do remember that. That still made no sense to me. Anyway.
Yeah. So it's been
anyway.
Twitter's been fun and annoying today.
Yeah, that I have to remember.
Go ahead.
I have to tell myself that Twitter is not like it's a bubble. Like people say stuff on there and report it and act like the whole world knows and the whole world believes this. I have to remember that Twitter is a bubble. Like there's outside of Twitter, there's like not a lot of people care about this stuff. Like even if you go on threads, like you won't see that stuff being talked about.
Yeah.
You also gotta remember, just in general, that most people, even if they see it anywhere online, they're gonna believe it to an extent.
True, and though I feel bad for those people because they're the ones who will believe everything they read online. No, what, and it's funny too that I just checked a little while ago because I had quote tweeted the original article that came out that was quote unquote reporting on it, and that actually got community noted on Twitter. And basically being misinformation, like this is not true. Even Jez came out and said this is not what I meant. This is not true. This is just what I believe. It's not. I'm not reporting anything. It's not a leak. It's not nothing. Nobody told me this. I don't know their plans. This is just what I believe. That's what he said. So it's like people need to learn how to discern the difference of opinion and fact. Yeah. And I think a lot of times it gets muddy, especially like on Twitter and social media in general. People will put out opinions, and because they're of a certain like note or in the community, like they're like a reporter or whatever, that can get misconstrued as like, oh, he's leaking something. Like, no, that's not the case at all. And even Stein from Xbox, he's like the social media manager. He posted just a few days ago, even before all this happened. It's so ironic that, well, maybe not ironic, just what's the word I'm looking for? It's coincidental. Coincidental that he posted basically saying that there's a lot of people on Twitter and social media in general that will post anything and everything just to get engagement. And it's all in the name of making money. Some of them are like, genuine about it. I mean, granted, like this, they're businesses. They're trying to grow their business, make money. I get that. But they're doing basically anything that they have to. And they're engagement farming, essentially. And that's when it becomes like, okay, now you got to like take a step back. Is this really what happened? And that comes to the whole like fake news and stuff like that. You got to really... And that's also a problem with like people reading headlines. Like that's all they do. They read headlines. They don't click the article. They don't read anything that's because if you would like if in that original article, if you were to look in the article, no source was given. It was literally what was it, a NeoGAF, or not NeoGAF, a Reset Era, link, and that is not a reliable source. Like, if you want a source, go to the guy who said it. If like literally you're quoting this guy and you don't even go to him to verify its validity, in the comments he was saying it was wrong. So it's like, why would you do that? And it's like it shows
they read it once and it was like, we're gonna go with it.
Exactly. They just read what they saw and that was it. They ran with it. They didn't think to verify. They wanted the clicks. They wanted the views. Exactly. They wanted the ad revenue.
They wanted the clicks, and that's what it is. Because it's all today. It's not even about if a article or even if a story is true. It's not about if it's true. It's about who publishes it first and who gets the most clicks.
Because the clicks is what gets the money. So you got to put those. Even if the headline can be something completely false, and then the next sentence under the start it was like, is what you would like to think, but it's not.
Yeah, I so badly want someone to do that, to basically just call out the nonsense that these articles tend to spew out, and the fact that people just don't read the article. Like, it's all clickbait, and I hate it. I hate it, and it was getting me frustrated. And again, I had to take a step back and be like, it's not real life. It doesn't matter. It's stupid.
Oh yeah, I saw you on Twitter reply.
Yeah, I know. I was getting pissed off because people were just like, the problem is I expect too much from people. That is my problem. I expect people to have higher standards, and I gotta stop doing that because like that's not the case.
It's completely different now online. Even before the pandemic, we were heading down the streak where everyone's like, I gotta post something fast so it gets.
Yes, it's all about reactions and all that stuff, and it's like it's starting to get annoying. I find myself more on Threads than I am on Twitter now. Like it's so night and day. Like I find it so it sounds corny, but it's a lot more wholesome. And like I posted something about, it was like a wrestling thing, and I posted it both on Twitter and on Threads, and it got a lot more traction on Threads than it did on Twitter because nobody likes wholesomeness on Twitter. It's all about negativity, toxicity, and just vile vitriol being thrown.
I got it with Brother Jay about when it came to the J. Cole nonsense. That's why everyone was so mad.
Yeah, it was funny. We actually I hung out with him yesterday, and we were talking about something. He was looking at the TikTok I posted, or he posted, or not the reel, the Instagram reel.
Yeah.
And somebody was responding to him in it, and he was saying, he was reading it out, and he was saying, they were said, oh, like, why you care so much about people who don't even know you exist, or something like that.
And I was just like, comment.
Yeah, and I was like, you gotta, like, don't pay attention to that shit, because like people are just gonna say stuff because they want to be negative. They just want your reaction. They want to get a rile out of you, and it's like
because it makes them look like they're popular. So
exactly.
They want responses from the creator. It's always that.
Yep. It's all a grift, and especially when freaking Elon Musk is giving them freaking pennies just to get a view or two. It's like they'll do anything for money, and it's sad. It's really sad that that's what this has gone to. And there's people too, like in this situation, like there's like PlayStation centric accounts who strictly talk negatively about Xbox. They say they talk about PlayStation, but they only talk about Xbox. Like if you look at their Twitter feed, you look at their YouTube, like because they'll always post videos, but they're always talking about Xbox. It's just like, you're not PlayStation centric at this point. You're centered on Xbox, just in a negative sense. And it's just like, why do people spend so much time doing that stuff? I couldn't imagine like putting in overtime doing that stuff. Like I joke on Twitter and stuff like that, but it's like here and there. There's people who do it all day, every day. And it's like, how do you have the time for this?
Because that's their job. They don't got nothing else going on.
That's their job.
No, it's like
it is legit their job.
That's what they do.
I can't imagine. Like I have
if
to.
If they don't do this, they don't eat.
What helps me, and it
Do
just
you
happened
not want to
recently.
eat?
It happened recently. We didn't talk about this last week. I meant to mention. I meant to bring it up.
What's that?
About the whole Stellar Blade petition thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, if you looked at the people that were like because they posted videos of themselves like siding with the petition, be like, oh, I believe in this and stuff like that. The people that were posting these videos were like, you would not believe these people existed with the way they were speaking. It was just like, these people are like on another one. Like, it's so crazy. Like, if you have the time, I mean, maybe you shouldn't.
I actually seen some, but when it comes to we'll brief because you brought it up. Well, with the Stellar Blade petition, so I'm on the side for no censorship. You know, it should be
No.
free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, that's the side I'm on. I'm on the side of just no censorship. If you want to censor something, don't market it as one thing, and then when it comes out, censor it. That's the problem that I see with the game. You know, you sold it and marketed it as this type of game, you know, where you can play as this badass female who is showing some skin, and then when it came out, you do an update and you censor it. That's sort of like scummy to me.
I
know?
get that part. I get the like false advertisement stuff.
Yeah.
Granted, Sony has been doing this for a lot of games, and just nobody seems to be talking about it. I didn't like the premise that it was over this. Like, this is what turned people into activists, because they didn't show us enough skin that they promised. And even though there's plenty of other outfits that show skin, this is what like got people upset. Like, just 2 outfits that were slightly updated that showed a little less skin. It was just the context of what they were arguing for. That got me upset.
Skin? How am I supposed to live my life knowing they have clothes on? I can't do
Exactly. It was just like, and they were going so hard. They were like rallying. Like, you would have thought it was something like so serious, and it's just like, no, it was just
It is
because
serious.
they were showing. They didn't show skin. A video game didn't show enough skin.
Why are you not taking this as serious as I take this?
No, there were people who were like fighting tooth and nail to freaking argue this stuff. But anyway, that's old news. I don't want to talk about that no more. But anyway, all that to say, like, these people, there's people online that you gotta just let them say what they gotta say, and I'm guilty of like responding too much sometimes. It's not worth it. And sometimes you just gotta let it go, because there's people who are just gonna believe what they're gonna believe, and that's just how it is.
Yeah, no, it's true, because like you said, it's a bubble. Because all my friends on Xbox who I talk to, they don't know what goes on Twitter. They're not on Twitter. They're playing games. They're enjoying themselves. They're having fun. So it is like you said, it is own little bubble, and it's always all the same people anyway. You always see the same creators, the same haters. They're all the same. So it's their own little bubble. They created a bubble on Twitter, and they're just regurgitating all this bullshit to each other
every day. The same thing every day, all day.
So just play your games. Just enjoy your games. Have
enjoy
fun.
your games. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't spend so much time on Twitter, Producer J.
Hey.
Don't engage. Don't engage with the trolls.
Yes.
That's what they are.
That's really what it is.
That's what they're most likely going to continue being.
Yeah, definitely. And the last bit of news that we have is Microsoft confirmed officially the June showcase. They confirmed the date, the time, and just a little bit more information came out as well. So June 9th, Sunday, June 9th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, they'll be showing off the Xbox Game Showcase. And directly after, they're going to have a redacted direct, but it's redacted, but everybody knows it's Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's clearly Call of Duty. So they're going to have a Call of Duty direct after the showcase, which is going to be awesome. I can't wait for the showcase. Can't wait for the Call of Duty direct.
Brother Matt is excited. He was fangirling in the chat. Like he was like, "What is the redacted game?" And he's like, "Oh, it's Call of Duty."
Yeah,
I'm stupid.
he didn't realize it at first because he was so excited, but then realized it was Call of Duty. Um, but even like somebody commented on the official post, but I think it was Tom Warner's post, uh, where he was talking about the showcase, and somebody said, "I hope to see Gears of War or Gears 6 news at the showcase," and he commented and said, "Oh, you'll see more than Gears at the showcase." So it's like we're getting more than Gears of War announcement. What's going to happen? So I'm really excited for this June showcase. I cannot wait for the showcase.
Yeah, like I was talking about it, and I was like, I think this is gonna be the biggest showcase they've ever done, just with the amount of stuff they have already in the pipeline, and including the stuff with ABK with their games, and
Yep.
the backlog of titles that are gonna come into Game Pass. Like, there's so much stuff to announce that
Yeah.
it's gonna be crazy. Like, I honestly want to know how long this show is gonna be, because I think it's gonna be like 2 hours.
Well, it's I think the no, this is not confirmed, but I believe the Xbox showcase will be an hour, and then the Call of Duty Direct will be another hour. So if
You
I
you
think it
think
will be
Call of Duty
yeah,
needs an hour?
you shut your mouth. They're gonna
I
get an
don't.
hour.
I
No,
no, I'm serious. I don't know. Like, I feel
yeah.
like at this point, like, you know what you're getting with Call of Duty.
No, 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 no,
Um,
no, no.
No, 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 no.
Listen. This is Call of Duty. They never did they have a direct? They always had a show, right? They had a release. Uh, they had sort of like a world premiere, right? And it
yeah,
was always just a trailer, a world premiere trailer at sort of E3. But now they got a whole direct. This is gonna be big. This is big. I'm excited for it.
yeah. I know. I'm excited for it too. I'm just saying.
Get
I
out.
feel like.
That's it. Get out.
But yeah, no, this show I'm really excited for, and just I want to see. I think they're gonna do Gears 6, obviously, and then Gears Collection. I feel like we talked about that
We
last
did. We
week.
talked about it a little bit, and
And
we hope that's what happens.
I feel like it has to be. Like, what else would it be more than Gear 6? Like, what is that? Gear 7? Like, they're just gonna announce another 2 Gears games? Like,
Yeah, I honestly I don't know. I'm just so excited. And in our excitement, we're planning a stream, so we'll be live streaming Sunday, June 9th at 1 p.m. Eastern. We will be there, and we hope you guys join us. We'll be probably streaming on Twitch.
yeah,
And we will live stream the whole showcase and the Call of Duty Direct afterwards. So we'll stay tuned for that show.
yes. But also I want, so in addition to like Gears and obviously Call of Duty, I think they should, all the games that they showed off in, what was it, 2020, when they first like the first showcase after the
What, like
or
State of Decay 3 and all that?
yeah, I want to see all those games. At least like an update. I want to see State of Decay 3. I want to see Perfect Dark. I want to see Contraband. We haven't heard anything about that.
We haven't seen
Um,
anything.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything. We just saw a logo.
Yeah.
I want to see more about Everwild, if that's still a thing. I want to see more. I want to see more about like what Bethesda's cooking up, because I know they're cooking up games. That they still have all those games that were leaked that they haven't really into that. Yeah, so there's just so much, and honestly, I feel like they might have to hold off on some, because it might be too much. You don't want to blow your load too early, you know?
Well, it is a big showcase, They're just showing games. They can show a game, put a release date if they have a release date, or just say coming soon and just let it be. That's what they've done before. So either way, I'm really excited, super excited for this showcase. I cannot wait. I can't wait, honestly. I don't know anybody who's not excited.
Yeah, I think everybody's excited, and it's funny too, because like the whole because this was announced, it was on Wednesday, right? Or not
Yeah.
Wednesday, Tuesday. Was
One
it?
of those days. One of these days this week.
It was, yeah, and then like right after was the whole negative Xbox. It's like clockwork. Every time there's positive Xbox stuff, there's negative stuff right after.
That's how
So-
likeness works.
Yeah,
That's all right. If Xbox has haters, they're doing something right.
I guess.
Don't you know?
I just
Then
wish
you
they
learn
were.
if you don't got haters, you're not popping.
Facts.
Yeah, that's true.
Learn that from the NFL.
And that's what we have. That's all the news this week. It was a very light week going in.
It was late, yeah.
Didn't seem like it.
You know what we haven't done in a while? I want to do like a question because I feel like we haven't done that in a while.
We haven't.
So and it was funny because like brother Jay was mentioning in the chat about like doing stuff like this more, and it got me thinking. I was like, yeah, we haven't done that in a while. So I have a list of stuff. Let me see. What should we do?
Uh-oh.
Okay. So all right, I'll do this. So you guys know about like crossover games, right?
Crossover?
Like yeah, crossover game. Like I guess like Smash Bros or
Marvel
like
vs. Capcom type deal.
Marvel vs. Capcom or even like Mortal. It could just be like crossover DLC or something like that.
We got it.
I guess so. Like, what would be your favorite? Like of all the ones that like even like Mortal Kombat or what is it? Killer Instinct had some. Like, what would be your favorite like crossover game?
That's already been out, or something like we want to come out.
I mean, if you could say if you want, you could say both.
Okay. All right. So let's say like my favorite one was always the Mortal Kombat versus DC. I came out of like the end stages, the end of the life of 360, going to like the PS4 and the Xbox One era, and I had it for the 360, and it was so good.
Yeah,
it was so good. I absolutely love Mortal Kombat versus DC because Mortal Kombat is like probably the best fighting game that I'm good at.
yeah.
And then you add DC, which I'm a huge fan of DC. So you added those two together, and they were doing like major combos and breaking like just each other's bones and setting people on fire. And it was really awesome. That one is probably my favorite crossover game. You know, Mortal Kombat versus DC.
North to South, Brother Zay has issues. Keep that in check.
Tay, what was your favorite? If you have a favorite.
I guess I have 3 favorite ones that like,
Hey,
I guess
okay.
these they count as crossovers, but they're all different.
Okay.
Because the first one, my favorite one probably of all time, and it's a fighting one, is probably Smash Brothers, because technically it's a crossover.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of people's favorites.
Yeah, that's like this. Let's not forget about it. I want to say my favorite one, racing game wise. I don't know. Have you ever played Diddy Kong's Racing?
Yes, I did play Diddy Kong's Racing. That was one of my favorite racing games.
On 64, it had a weird ass story mode. It was one of my favorite things to play as a child.
I don't think I ever played that one. Interesting.
Yeah, Diddy Kong Racing was.
It was made to compete with like Mario Kart and stuff like
that.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah.
Game. And I want to say technically this counts as a. I don't know if this really counts as a crossover though. But would Kingdom Hearts count as a crossover game?
Yeah, actually, I think it does.
Yeah,
it's Disney and Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that would be definitely the third one. Yeah. That'd be like the.
I didn't even think about that actually. Yeah, that.
Yeah, those are if I like each crossover for like each type of genre. That'd probably be the 3 each. Which one I hold fonder in my heart? Honestly, it's probably Diddy Kong Racing. I love Kingdom Hearts and Smash Brothers because I'm a crazy person. But 64 is probably the 64 with Diddy Kong Racing is what made me love Diddy. I played him in like any other Mario game.
That was also the first game that featured Banjo and Conker. Because that was a rare game.
I remember Conker being like, oh my god, my phone, Jesus Christ. Sorry, the NBA is on.
Well, what's yours, Bruce J?
So now that Brother Tay said it, I want to say Kingdom Hearts. Because I didn't think about that. That's a really good one because that's like one of my top favorite games. Right. But I was actually, I know it might be a shock. Fortnite.
I was thinking Fortnite as well because
that's like one of the biggest
game.
Ones, and I have fun with it. Like I find it like I play with my kids, and we play like because we don't even play the battle royale. We play the custom games. Like we play like the like the escape rooms, and then the horror. They have like horror games there, and then you gotta find like puzzles and all
My
this
favorite
and
is
that.
Prop Hunt.
Prop hunt, yes, we play the prop hunt.
Gary's mod.
Yo,
Everything about.
I love prop hunt. But yeah, like just the amount of skins that are available, just like you have freaking Thanos with Batman and Goku all in the same thing. Like it's just so hilarious. But yeah, I would say that's like my favorite, just because of the amount of like I guess like the IPs that are conjoined into one. I'm still pissed about the Mandalorian being exclusive to the Battle Pass, but I will never get over that.
Can't have the Mandalorian. Can't have it.
No, and I'm sad.
Can't have it, Brody.
So all right, so then now that we got that, what would be one that you want to see, a crossover that you want to see, Brother Zay?
A crossover that I want to see. Splinter Cell and Call of Duty.
Splinter Cell and Call of Duty.
I agree with you wholeheartedly because I feel like that'd be so interesting. Or that
Yes.
something we said before. Splinter, especially because of his death battle, Splinter Cell and Tom Clancy's games like that. And
Splinter Cell is Tom Clancy.
No, Metal Gear Solid. Duh.
Yes, that was actually gonna be mine.
I was like, we said it before. I remember us talking about a combination of that would be really hella funny.
Yeah, I think it was part of when we were talking about Splinter Cell. But yeah, that would be mine. Splinter Cell and Metal Gear Solid. I feel like that would be amazing. Why is it Splinter Cell? You got to pick Splinter Cell 2 now, brother. Say we both picked it. Splinter Cell
Rainbow
and
Six is the
Tekken.
Splinter Cell game, right? Splinter Cell's Rainbow Six.
Yeah, no, I think wasn't. Oh no, that was Ghost Recon.
Ones.
That was
Yeah.
Ghost Recon that did the cross. Well, no, they had in Rainbow Six Siege. I feel like they had it wasn't the Splinter Cell. It was like third echelon.
No. Was Splinter Cell Rainbow Six?
No, they're not the same.
No,
thing. Different games.
I have a past affinity for Rainbow Six games. Like Rainbow Six Vegas. I would love to see those two combined again. Or combined to make a game like that.
You know what? I just thought of it now. One of my coworkers a long time ago, he mentioned that he thought this was gonna happen. That eventually, because do you remember the Assassin's Creed games?
Of course.
Like that, I think 1, 2, and 3 was like Desmond, and it would show his like outside of the Animus storyline or whatever.
Yeah.
And he thought eventually it was gonna lead to that he was gonna be a Splinter Cell, and that was gonna be like the connection. That eventually he was gonna be a Splinter Cell, and it was gonna be like kind of like a crossover there.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. And when he told me that, I was like, "Yo, that would be that'd be crazy."
You just blew my mind.
Yeah. But all right, so we did it. So that'll be it for us. Remember to like and subscribe. Rate us on the podcast app you prefer. Support our sponsors in the links in the description. Remember LUP if you're gonna get Dubby. I actually just tried it recently because I went back to the gym. I did the dragon fruit, and I almost made a mistake because I didn't realize that this was like the super high caffeine thing. I didn't read it. I thought it was just like energy drink or whatever, or a mix, and I almost drank an energy drink on top of it. So I would have been like. Yeah, I would have been like fueled like to the max, but no, I just decided to just drink the Dubby, and it was really good. I liked it. It kept me hydrated, and it powered me through my workout. So that was just a tryout. I think I'm gonna get the tub soon.
Nice.
So yeah, if you want to check that out. And yeah, that'll be it for us. We will see you guys next week. Peace.
Later.